Hello, everybody. This is Fanny. How are you? I hope you're having a great day, as always. Um, Special video today about health and beauty. Okay, so usually I treat about more political and art and culture and all these kind of topics. But responding to some stuff I've seen on social media and my own personal journey and experience, I felt it was really important to record this video today. So, uh, let's talk about health. First, mental health and anxiety. Okay, I'm not a specialist I'm not a doctor. I do believe that your health is related to what you eat first before anything else. Your food, okay, we can do beauty first. I don't know, whichever comes. Your food that you eat every day matters a lot. I see all these makeup tutorials online and I see ladies with a ton of makeups and I love it. I love makeup. Makeup is beautiful. But I see some girls who like have a lot of makeups and when they remove their makeup they have horrible skin. And let me just tell you why, because usually I never wear makeup. Most of the time I don't. I just put a little on my eyes and I put maybe a little blush on my cheeks, but most of the time in my everyday life, I've always hated to put stuff on my skin because when I was a teenager, I did have a little bit of acne, like I guess most teenagers, and I really felt like putting makeup on it just creates more dirt for the skin to absorb. And the other day I tried that makeup. I received by mistake the wrong item and it was like this cover makeup, right, which I never have that. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna try it. Like these chicks on internet who put like this ton of layers and layers on their face and then you're like, you can't even see their skin. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try that, even though I could never put that much, but I put like quite a bit, right? I put quite a bit on my cheeks and stuff, all around my face and everything. And the day after, so it was okay, it was cool. Day after, I started having those spots. Well, I covered them, but started having like those spots on my face. And I look at my pores, they're all dirty because all this cover stuff that I put on my face, the skin can breathe. So the skin is breathing all this makeup, okay? And then, of course, you're gonna have a dirty skin. Another thing also, I went to an Italian restaurant, okay, here in America. I still believe after 10 years in America that I'm gonna go to a restaurant and be satisfied. It's crazy. I know in France we go to a restaurant and we're excited, we're gonna have good food. I forget every single time I go to a restaurant in France, I come home and I say, man, I would have done it better myself. Because you guys just don't know how to cook. I'm sorry, Americans, but you gotta prove me wrong and take me to a decent restaurant. No, there is actually my favorite restaurant. The vegan restaurants, they're good. We're better with vegan restaurants in America than we are in France. In France, they're not there vegan yet. Okay? So you see, there is a balance. But anyways, I go to this Italian restaurant and I order this creamy mushroom pasta because I love creamy mushrooms, and now I make them vegan with my oat milk and cashew milk and gravy mushroom, all vegan. But when I go to the restaurant, I make an exception. I'm like, okay, cheese and dairy a little bit. The next day, I have same. So this was after the day I put makeup on and I eat that dairy. I have 3 giant spots on my face that appeared. And I was like, okay, definitely vegan. I used to have a lot more acne when I used to eat meat when I was younger. Okay, since I became a vegan, okay, vegetarian, all my skin problem disappeared. I have more beauty. I don't have a perfect skin, but I have a more beautiful skin that I've ever had in my life. Okay, because it comes from within. It doesn't come from, and also what you put on your skin. Okay, the creams that I use pure aloe. That's it. I use pure aloe on my skin. There's no add-on, there's nothing. I did try this Gilo Glow cream as well. That was good. It was beautiful, but in the summer, better. And otherwise, pure aloe. That's all I put on my skin. So that was my little beauty recommendation. Okay, if you have skin problems like the makeup, keep it for when you go out or special occasions, and don't cover your skin with all these tons if you want to clean your skin. And go vegan. What you eat is becomes what you are, and your face and your beauty. Also, now I want to talk about stress relief. Okay, why did I feel like it was important to record this video following the suicide of Twitch, this actor, this dancer who was working with Ellen? And I saw yesterday the news that he passed away, and that just got me thinking, you know, of course every person is important, but I was like, he was successful, he had a beautiful family, success, probably, I don't know, probably comfortable financially, at a great community, I imagine. I don't know what could happen for a person, or like Robin Williams, you know, I always talk about the single moms, you know, who are struggling and the financial struggles. And yes, oh my God, I've thought about it many times. It's too hard. Nobody cares. I can't make it financially. It's too much for me. And no, all these thoughts, of course, I have them. And I'm like, because I'm in a difficult situation. And then I'm like, other people who have it better, they do it as well. And then other people who have it even worse, what should it be for them, you know? And I'm like, wow, how this just proves that there's no typical person that, you know, you cannot judge. Everybody, no matter where they are in their journey, everybody has questions, everybody has challenges, everybody has things that they don't talk about, and that is eating them from within, you know? And what is the solution? What is my solution that I can tell you? Because I am sometimes, many times, I've been right there to just wanting to disappear. Really, like really looking for ways, you know, preparing and everything for when I'm gone, many times. And most of the time, all I gotta do, I smoke some weed and I'm myself again, okay? Not because I'm a drug addict, not because I'm a loser or a gangster, not at all. See, I can dress, I can make up, I can work, I can be serious, I can talk politics, I can talk art, I can apply for a job at the government, I can apply for a job at the FBI. I did all that, okay? And yet, I smoke weed, yeah, and I wanted to take position today because they always say, you know, you have to be neutral, but no, you have to take position, and if you know something that can help people, then you have to say it. So because what does it do? So weed helps you for everything, at least me, okay? And it helps me to sleep. When Esteban was an infant and he wouldn't sleep at night, my body developed insomnia, because every time I would start falling asleep, the baby would wake up, and I would finally start falling asleep and the baby would wake up. So my body understood, be comfortable and fall asleep is gonna be frustrating. Be comfortable and fall asleep is gonna be frustrating. So my body started countering the disappointment by not letting me sleep at all. That was just crazy. It was just like, not gonna let shit happen. Oh, no, you're not sleeping. That's it. And from that, 2 years of insomnia, impossible to sleep. My body would not let me sleep. That was real. That was crazy. And this was the time when I was in New Orleans and didn't have any access to smoking. And then that was just very difficult for me. It helps my digestion when I eat a giant plate of pasta. I love to eat. I eat a lot, no matter where I smoke, I don't smoke, I'm nervous, I'm not nervous, I'm happy, I'm not happy, I'm depressed, I'm not. I love to eat. I eat a lot, okay? And this helps me to digest faster, to regulate my food, and I actually eat less when I smoke the sativa, because the sativa activates the cannabinoids, whatever the name is, that you have in your body. It activates that you already have within you, okay? And it helps you regulate your appetite and your digestion and stuff like that. And this is how I stay thin. Always been thin. The only times in my life where I got fat, which fat for me is not a lot, but 5 pounds more, and my cheeks are like that, my belly's like this, I'm not proportional. No, I need to be 100 pounds. If I'm more than 100 pounds, I look fat. It's crazy. If I'm 102 pounds, I look fat. If my cheeks are like that, even though I'm not. It's just a proportion. I have small bones. I need to be really skinny. This is my metabolism. And some people, they have thicker bones. They have big, forms, curves, and everything, and they're beautiful this way. For me, I'm a spaghetti, and I'm beautiful as a spaghetti, and I love it. But anyways, so this helps me for my digestion. It helps me for weight loss. It helps me for insomnia. And the most important of everything, it helps me for anxiety. This is crazy because I live in two worlds. I do. In a world, it's too difficult. The humans are disgusting because what people are able to watch you struggle without helping you, or send bombs and wars, and we don't even interfere, and we let the war happen, where just stuff that are just too hard to understand. And you do everything for your family, or you do everything for your business, and the people, they don't buy from you, you don't feel recognized, and all this is true. All this is true, and I'm not making stuff up, seriously. But then it just overwhelms you, and you're just in this sorrow and this horrible state that is real. You're not making it up, it's just real. But it's just painful, because this is how you see your friends, this is how you see the world, this is how you see people. And then there is another world, and that facilitate, of course, I'm able to see it as well if I don't smoke. Okay, I'm not that bad, but it's more easy and more instant. If you're smoking, all of a sudden it lifts all this veil of anxiety and suffering. It just lifts it up, and you're able to see from a higher standpoint. This is why it's called being high. You're able to see from a higher standpoint, and okay, these opportunities don't open because the right door will open, and we can still work together in parallel. And everybody has their own problem that they're dealing with, and if they can't just everybody take care of you, it's because they already have their own thing, and you're able to do it. You're digging into your own potential, whatever, all the theories, okay, whether I agree or I don't agree with it, but you're feeling more relaxed, you're feeling more happy. I don't know, you see the funny of everything, something that when you get rejected one time and it just was the end of the world for you, and now you can laugh about it. And there is always different perspective, another way to see it life. And when I smoke, literally, it really helps me lift that veil of panic, of anxiety, and to feel better. So that's why I must share with you that you can try, and it doesn't get you high. I'm never high. Do you see me? Well, I didn't smoke today. I don't need to smoke every day. I smoke at night before I go to bed, and then I'm more peaceful for 24 hours, 48 hours, for 2 days. Okay, sometimes just I smoke once a week, and then it lasts for a long time. I used to have to smoke every day, many days, many times a day, and now it's no longer because I don't really need it. I even completely stopped. But then I smoke a little bit, and I realize, oh my God, why did I stop? It's like I feel so much better. And the little pleasures of life. So when people are like, oh my God, I need to stop drinking coffee, I'm trying to stop eating this or drinking coffee or blah, blah. I'm like, why? I need to stop drinking. I'm like, why? Why would you torture yourself? If your little pleasure of your life is to drink your coffee in the morning, please drink your fucking coffee. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's the frustration that you will experience by days of frustration of not drinking your coffee is way worse and drinking your little coffee. Of course, if you're an addict and you need, 50 coffees a day to function, you know, you might smell like a giant coffee at the end of the day, but your pleasure of life, it's like wine. Okay, I'm drinking wine right now, and I want to talk about this because in America, there's a big deal out of alcohol. It's crazy. Everything, you're like, you hear people, oh, you have to stop drinking. Oh, this person drinks every day. In France, it's absolutely, completely normal. We drink every day, every meal. You go to my grandma. I used to be 17 years old, go to my grandma, and she would offer me wine for lunch all the time. Like everybody has on a Wednesday coming back from school, Wednesday for lunch. It's not a celebration, it's not a special event. There is wine on the table. You want to try some? Oh, no, thanks, grandma. I don't like wine. I actually started liking wine very late, like in my 20s. But my grandpa used to drink ciders. I was a drinker when I was 5 years old. Family dinner, grandpa has his own cru of cider. He brings it at the table. Everybody drinks it, even the kids. Even if you're 3 years old, 4 years old, 5 years old, everybody tries the cider. And every meal, maybe not breakfast, but mimosa for breakfast is good. Lunch and dinner, we have a glass of wine. We're not tore up. We're not completely wasted. We still can drive. We still can walk. But it's completely normal. It's in a tradition that you're drinking when you're eating every day. And if it's your little pleasure, don't. Okay, if you become a horrible person because you don't have it, or if you have to go home, like I used to be, sometimes I would be such an addict of smoking weed that I would be at the university of 8 hours a day of university, and I would have to, like, if I would have a 30 minutes gap between two classes, I would drive back home just to smoke so I could come back and be okay for my classes, because this is how I was very addicted, and that would prevent me to function. So this wasn't good, and this is when I actually left completely to England, because I was like, I need to cut off with all my relationships, all my habits, everything, go work in a family as a nanny where I can do anything just so I can, change my lifestyle. But that year in England, I put on weight, I came back, I was looking like a giant balloon. That was crazy. So my conclusion is, enjoy your little pleasures of life, okay? Don't deprive yourself, for your mental health is more important, and your frustration is going to convert, okay, into sickness worse than the little things, that you do. Okay, so this is my medical marijuana card from Florida. All you gotta do is to go see a doctor, explain why, what's going on with you, if you have anxiety or insomnia or digestion. Literally, I am never sick. If I have this, I am never sick. Never. It can all be sick in my family. I don't get sick because I don't have the same level of anxiety. I don't know. I never get food sick because as soon as I eat, I smoke this and I know it's taken care of. It's like, it's very good. And I don't take the pills. Because they're too strong. The problem with the edibles is that they stay in your body for 12 hours. Okay, the digestion is very slow process and long process. So if you take the wrong pill or a little bit too much or the wrong dose or even the right dose, but it will last for 12 hours, and I don't like that because I never know if I'm going to have to drive somewhere, or I don't like to be out of control. With this, when you smoke it, so let me show you what it looks like. Okay, and you have your weed in there, overflowing. This one is called Mojito. Mojito is beautiful. See? Okay. With the smoke, you can just smoke 1 hit or 2 hits, and that's it. It's going to take effect immediately for a couple of hours, relax you for the rest of the day, but you're not out of control for 48 hours. Okay, so this is my favorite way to take it. And okay, so now I'm going to take a little card from the oh wait, this is not a card from this deck. The Journey to the Goddess Realm. Okay, as we're talking about beauty and mental health, Health and Beauty by Lisa Porter, Journey to the Goddess Realm. I know some people are gonna tell me you shouldn't drink, you shouldn't smoke. For me, I'm sorry, it doesn't work like that. This is my little pleasures of life. If you take this from me, yeah, when I was training to go work at the FBI, I was so motivated. The job would have motivated so much. I was ready to stop all that. But then you're like, what a life. What is a life if you can have your little pleasures? It's, you're just depriving yourself like that. And the card is Skathat, boundaries. Yes, boundaries. This is exactly what I'm talking about, the boundaries. You have to put boundaries to your own well-being and your own happiness. Okay, people mistake you as you are. If you're still in the stereotypes, of, oh, this person, I prefer having my weed and smoke one or two and be super peaceful than being in anxiety medicine, on pills that are going to influence my system. Maybe you're going to tell me it's the same thing. Well, for me, it's not, because it doesn't get me dizzy. It doesn't, and yeah. Boundaries, 27. This is a beautiful card. She has a sword in front of a lake. She's a warrior. She has those axes all around the trees, kind of like a little dramatic there. Okay, let's see what it says. Card 27. We're going to end with that. Scottish warrior, goddess Kathak, whose name means she who strikes fear, is an expert in the art of combat. She resides at the Fort of Shadows on the Isle of Skye. She trained many heroes and warriors with her outstanding abilities in sword fighting and weaponry. She preferred not to have a consort, though she would honorably grant the friendship of her tithes if it suited her. Scat that shows you that your boundaries reinforce your identity. Your boundaries protect you from harm and from draining your energy. Without the use of weapons, we use the tools of communication or words. An anagram of sword, a sword, to establish boundaries. Without strong, clear, and healthy boundaries, you cannot fully shine in your energy. Yeah, I think that relates to the topic, right? You can, for me, it's important to fight the limiting beliefs, okay? The preconception that people have. I hated that so many jobs, they're like, oh, we have to drug test. Why? Because you don't want to have peaceful people working with you? You prefer having people that have anxiety and that just want to destroy the world? Because so many of my friends, they're so depressed. Sometimes I think I'm depressed, and then I talk to some friends and I'm like, oh wow, I'm actually very positive. It's crazy. I thought I was in the low end of the anxiety, and I'm like, oh, actually I'm in the positive ones. I didn't realize, and I'm like, yeah, people, you gotta smoke. All right, okay. So the medical, yeah, you just go to the doctor, you ask, you tell them you have anxiety, and you ask for, if it's a regular physician, you don't mention marijuana, you just say you have anxiety or insomnia, you want a prescription for some Xanax, right? And if they prescribe you some Xanax, you don't go buy the Xanax, you go to a marijuana doctor, or nowadays you can go straight to the marijuana doctor without even having a prescription, and show them that, and you say, look, I don't want to take medical, like Xanax or this kind of substance. I'd rather go with something more natural, that is a flower that had been used by shamans all around the world for centuries. The plant medicine is better than a chemical molecule that has been made in a fabric, okay, artificially, and that alters your own system. Okay, the marijuana activates things that are already a part of your body. You already have these cannabinoids in your body. Look it up. You do. It just activates them and enhance it. All right, and then you do the Florida card. You register online and you get your card, and then you can go to the dispensary and live normal. You don't have to go deal with drug dealers and be illegal person. So hopefully this will become general for everybody, because man, if everybody would be like that, then that's it. We would all love each other so much. All right, have a great day, guys. Thank you for watching and love you guys. Bye bye.